How do you know when to quit? How do you know when? How do you know when to actually determine that this is the Lord speaking and I'm going to do it? How do you know when? How do you know what to do, when to do, and how to even do what that which you are to do? So many questions, so little answers. Am I crazy to ask Chat GPT? Oh boy. So let me tell you a story, and you can probably see if you can associate yourself with this, or maybe you're in the same boat as I am. And if you are, you can drop in the comment, tell me a few pointers, because this channel is all about learning from each other, sharing our story, testifying, tell of God's goodness, especially in business. How, as a business person or as an entrepreneur, as a Christian entrepreneur, how do you actually hear from God, know that God is speaking enough to not be disobedient? How do you do it? So I want to talk to you today about what has been transpiring in my space, in my life, and maybe just this experience of mine could help you understand a little bit better, as well as it may help you trust in God more. I'll probably answer one of few other questions that you may have yourself. As a entrepreneur, Christian entrepreneur, I have decided to make God be my CEO, the CEO of all business that I've ever ventured into and will venture into. So I'm trying to study His words, constantly in prayer with Him. But I just don't understand, when do I quit my 9 to 5? Or am I being disobedient, stubborn? So this is the story. And by the way, my name is Jamie. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here or see me for the first time, I am just here to vent and talk and to encourage someone and be encouraged by someone, especially the ones that's doing business God's way or intend to do business God's way. All right? So, a few years ago, I started a business back in Jamaica, and I migrated here a little bit over 2 years, here in the US, so a little bit over 2 years. I just cannot stand a 9 to 5, to be honest. And I've been in it, tried a number of different jobs, until back in 2015 I decided to go full time in my business back home, back in Jamaica. So after migrating to the US, this is a different life story. Life begins all over again. It just feel like you're into a new land, and it's just one challenge after the. I mean, settling in the US is not an easy task. I can tell anybody that. So if you plan to leave your good country from wherever you are and decide to venture into the US, be prepared for should I say, a mental breakdown. It can be a depressing transition. It can be a transition that can change your entire life, for the good as for the bad. So you have to brace yourself for the changes. So I didn't know what much to expect. I have a very good family support system here, which is the best part. It's just one of those things that you wanted to work out the way you would have liked it to. But being an entrepreneur by heart, I just can't leave business alone. I just find it hard to go into a 9 to 5 and work for the man. And so I came to the US and decided I'm gonna, venture into trucking, something I really love. And trucking is very lucrative. You can get job, you can get work, but my aim in trucking is to have my own trucking company, being an entrepreneur by blood. But you are encouraged not to just run into trucking, start a business in trucking, understand the game a little bit more each time, more than you just run in and buy a truck. It can be a costly venture. So of course I take the advice and I went into getting a job as a trucker. I'm enjoying trucking, but what I'm not enjoying is the mental state to stuck myself into something that I feel as though I have a different calling. So I started a business in the US, another business in the US, while the one in Jamaica going. But it's just a stressful experience to be working for the man. And trust me, the trucking job is great. I love it. I love what I do. I'm going to show you a clip of what I do on a daily basis. I work alone. I spend a lot of time with God. I can sing and clap and dance and shout and read my Bible and listen to my without any disturbance, because that's what trucking is all about. Very much a secluded job, very lonely. So I enjoy that aspect of it. But overall, it's just not treating me well when I think of what I could have been doing for myself, earning better, getting a better peace, having a better peace of mind. When do you know when to? How do you know when to quit? I feel as though for the past couple of days I've been getting a beating though, because there's so many things happening in the businesses that I'm trying to determine. Should I just call a spade and go focus on my businesses? Leave trucking for a while and go focus on my businesses. I'm getting scriptures after scriptures, words after words, and one of those words that pelt my heart is from James chapter 1 that says a double-minded man. Man, it's just penetrating my core. Another word is Galatians 5 verse 15 and 16. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time. For the day, for years I've known that verse, I've read that verse, I love that verse. I've never stopped to look at what the word redeem means. And I heard Myron Golden recently spoke on it. Redeem means buy back. I'm like, whoa. Huh? Buy back the time. How do I do that? I'm feeling as if I'm just being disobedient. Yes. So I'm praying and asking God for his forgiveness because I really want to do it. And I keep asking, Lord, please send me a sign and all that nice stuff. And I think I'm getting the signs, but I'm just being